Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a collective reading and energy update. So, right here at the bottom of the deck, as I was preparing for this reading, we have the Yin Yang card and also the Patience card, both in the upright position. Now, the Yin Yang card is my number one twin flame card in the deck. So it could be that the situation coming through in this reading may resonate with you as a twin flame situation of some kind, although of course that won't be the case for everyone. I do channel many different people, energies, and connections throughout these reading videos, so always only take what connects with your own intuition. But with the Patience card here as well, I feel that I'm hearing this connection has been a long time in the making. Now, for some of you, it could be that you have known this particular person or been 3D connected to them for some time. For others of you, it could simply be that this is something you've really been waiting for energetically. I'm getting that, and this is a very strange message, but whoever this is, this person that is coming up as possibly a twin flame, first of all, I'm getting chills all over. So this is a very spiritual connection. And I'm picking up as well that, and this is a bit of a strange message, but it's almost as though the two of you are so spiritually connected that it tends to sabotage other connections in your life. I know that sounds really strange, but if the message is for you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because I feel as though you are so soul connected, soul bonded to this particular person, that when one or the other of you tries to fully move forward with someone else romantically, you might feel this tugging at your heart space back to the other, even if you haven't spoken or interacted in the 3D in a long time. For some of you, even if you've never spoken or interacted in 3D, because this could be someone that you haven't even met yet, but it's almost as though this connection keeps you both on hold. It keeps you both from being able to fully give your heart to another person or situation completely, because there's always the sense that this isn't my person. Like, I'm waiting on someone. I'm being on hold for someone. It's a very interesting reading already shaping itself today. So do let me know in the comments as we go along if anything here is connecting with you personally. And of course, if you would like to contribute your energy to the reading in a more powerful way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energy transfer that do allow me to pick up more easily on your energy. So I want to know what else is going on with this particular soul connection coming through this reading. Okay, so I see there's some kind of separation here for whoever I'm speaking to. This could be emotional, physical, literal. There's some kind of disconnect here. And again, I just keep hearing that phrase, this has been a long time in the making. This has been a long time coming. Take that as it resonates, whether it's connecting with you on more of a spiritual level or whether that's more literal to the physical relationship aspect of this connection. I will say that my guides are showing me And they're showing me like a glacier or an iceberg of some kind. And you can see the tip of it above the water, but there is an enormous amount of it, the vast majority of it that's actually beneath the surface. And my guides are showing me this because that is comparative to your connection. Know that even if there is a level of physical 3D interaction with this person, what is happening beneath the surface between the two of you, the amount of energy being exchanged, the bond here that underlies whatever's happening in the physical is so much more powerful and so much more intense than whatever your physical 3D relationship or connection looks like. Regardless of whether there is a 3D relationship or connection, or regardless of what that looks like, know that it's barely scratching the surface of, and I saw the number 606, that might be relevant for someone, that's barely scratching the surface of what is actually going on energetically between you and this person. There's been some kind of delayed coming together here. It's almost like the fact that the two of you are not together in the physical makes you both feel, to some extent, lots of mirroring happening here, by the way. I'm picking up on that very strongly, and also seeing that with the number 606. But anyway, that was a bit of a side message. I'm getting that there's definitely been some kind of delay in the two of you coming together, to the point that I keep hearing wrong timeline. Like you might feel as though you're on the wrong timeline because you're disconnected from this person. And whether or not they are open about speaking on it, they are actually feeling the same way. It's almost as though, and this sounds really strange, but energetically speaking, it's almost like there's already this full-blown timeline where the two of you are together. I wanted to say married. I don't know why that came out specifically. It's almost like on a different timeline, the two of you are married and very much in a traditional union state, and you spend so much time together that on this alternate timeline that we're actually calling physical reality here and now, however you've aligned with this reading, it almost feels like something is very wrong to your conscious human selves that you can't quite place. And also, whenever you do get around this person, there's an intense feeling of nostalgia or longing to keep communicating. There's also a feeling like you're always picking up where you last left off, as though no time had passed. My guides are really pointing out the role of time in your connection, or really, rather, I should say, the lack of relevance of time to your connection. It seems like 10 years, 10 months, and 10 seconds feel the same with this person. And what I mean by that is, whether you are separated for only 10 seconds or 10 years, it feels like the same amount of time. So you might have, I'm hearing large gaps. There might be large gaps in your conversations, communication, or interaction with this person. But when you do communicate again, it feels like there was no gap at all. It feels like you're just aligning with that perfect timeline, or that different timeline, I should say. It might feel like the perfect timeline if you do desire to be with this person in the physical, but this different timeline where the two of you are together. It's almost like you keep dipping in and out of this reunion timeline when you interact. When the two of you do speak or communicate, it's almost like, why weren't we doing this all along? It's almost as though your minds are a bit confused, because it doesn't quite seem to make sense why you wouldn't have been speaking or communicating during those gaps in time. I keep hearing the word synchronicity. So there's very strong, your human cells would want to say coincidences, but your soul cells know that these are actually divinely orchestrated synchronicities. When I say divinely orchestrated, I guess more specifically, I could say that They are simply reflections of the fact that the two of you are so connected energetically and at a soul level. This soul bond reflects in ways in the physical world that look like coincidences, that are what we would call synchronicities here. I'm also getting with walking away upright that both of you carry a very independent energy at this time, regardless of whether you are in a relationship or a marriage, regardless of what their relationship status is. It seems as though in the heart space, both of you have somewhat struggle to fully click with any particular person in the long term or in a way that felt deeply fulfilling and deeply satisfying to your souls. And so I'm just hearing walked away. It's almost like one or the both of you, probably both of you, because there's so much mirroring here, has or is in the process of walking away from something in love, but also has a habit of doing this. It seems as though you are always leaving something in love or something just isn't quite clicking. This could be you. This could also be their energy. So take this as it connects. But it feels like part of why, by the way, I haven't gotten a dominant divine feminine or divine masculine polarity in this specific reading yet is because so far all this energy coming out is actually mirrored between the two of you. I've also had chills almost this entire time. So there's something very sustainable, something very long-term energetically. This is a very slow burn kind of soul connection, as we would say. But again, it feels like one or the both of you has been walking away from a lot of things and people and situations in love. In fact, there may even be with heart chakra reverse, this desire to close off your heart and at times to just be alone with community reversed, because it seems that for whoever I'm speaking to, it's almost like you find the most satisfaction and value when you are in a more independent state of being. And I'm hearing you can't, or you've struggled to find someone who can truly match your energy, to find someone who can actually really bring value into your life that you don't bring to yourself, because you've become very self-sufficient. And with Angel of Balance reversed, it's almost like when new connections or people come in romantically, you might feel open to them in the beginning, but very often they begin to feel as though they are throwing you off balance energetically rather than bringing you into a greater sense of balance and stability. So you might lean towards being alone or spending a lot of time alone, again, regardless of your relationship status. The strange thing is, this masculine coming through here, because I do feel many of you listening will connect here as the divine feminine. So here we go, starting to actually get some of those energetic polarities. By the way, I feel that surfacing now in the reading, but I feel this masculine actually feels the same way. In fact, I feel that their connections have actually felt even more shallow than the ones you've experienced, and even shorter term. They've really struggled to click in fully with anyone for the long term. I'm hearing they don't feel known. They don't feel like whoever they're connecting with romantically really knows them at a soul level, no matter how much they speak and interact, and no matter how much information they share with them, they don't feel known or seen. Now, I will say, if this is someone from your past and someone that you are familiar with in 3D, they do feel known and seen by you. And that is what makes you stand out to them. And that is why this person finds it impossible to forget you. If this isn't someone that you've met yet in the physical world, then know that how you will recognize one another is that you will feel immediately and completely seen by one another in a way that neither of you have felt in any other connection. And that is how the recognition will take place. Now, again, I feel this will be split depending on your circumstances. For some of you listening, it may be that this recognition took place in the past over the course of time as they've realized that you, Divine Feminine, are the only one who has truly seen them. For others of you, when you meet them, it will be an instantaneous recognition because of that feeling of being seen. So take that as it connects with you. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards here and seeing if I can channel any more information. Let's go to the traditional tarot here. Okay, so what is this divine masculine thinking or feeling towards the divine feminine at this time? Because I feel them very emotional. I'm hearing, if this is someone from your past, divine feminine, that this is really funny, but they will actually subconsciously or consciously, but 99% of cases here, this is subconscious, they will manifest you into their life again through sending you a ton of emotional energy that then you will pick up on. And I'm hearing it makes you pick up the phone. That could be literal, that could be figurative. For many of you, I'm getting it's literal. Like when they send you energy, it makes you pick up the phone and want to reach out to them because you are someone who's very intuitive and very highly sensitive to energy. I feel that when they're at a low point, especially, or feeling really overwhelmed with their life, needing to refresh or feel inspired again, they will manifest you to reach out to them. And you, Divine Feminine, will actually think it was your idea at times. You will think that you just couldn't resist contacting them, but actually it's because of the energy that this divine masculine was sending you. And again, in most cases, they're doing this unintentionally. It's like subconsciously, they've put together that when they think heavily about you, boom, you manifest back into their text message inbox or their call log or back into their reality in some way. But really, it's just that you are so intuitive, energetically sensitive, and heavily impacted by energy that when someone who's very soul bonded to you sends you a great deal of energy, it's very difficult for you not to respond to it. I'm getting that this is a bit of a side message, but for you, Divine Feminine, lately following the flow of energy and responding to energy has become almost like a reflex for you. It's become so secondhand for you that you don't even really think about it. When the energy hits you, you respond to it in like a moment, instinctively. You're moving very intuitively now through your life, responding to energy in a very reflexive kind of way, to the point where you may not even fully realize how much you are reflexively responding to energy and moving in this very intuitive kind of way until you look back on your life and connect the dots and realize how many things came together that aligned themselves because of you following your instincts and following the flow of the energy in a very natural, automatic way. Okay, so with that side message being said, let's now shift into this divine masculine's energy. Wow, okay. King of Pentacles. This card actually came out in the last reading. I know that many of you probably tuned into the last reading. It's where I discussed a lot of intense energy coming through in the last 48 hours. If you did feel any of that energetic intensity, then I really recommend exploring that reading video as well. It might help you to bring a sense of clarity to some of those feelings that I was really calling an energetic purge that were coming up during the time, particularly over the most recent weekend. For those of you listening to this video around the time that it's been posted, So in that reading, we got this King of Pentacles card that was kind of recurring both in the first YouTube reading and in the extended reading on Patreon. This is the energy of a very stabilized masculine energy that I said has been wanting to enter or re-enter your life, depending on whether this is someone you've already met or someone that's coming in futuristically. So it's very interesting that this is the first card to come out on this particular divine masculine's energy, because it tells me that may be that person that came through the last reading that many of you were connecting with. I'm hearing this is someone who wants to take nothing from you and wants to give everything to you. And the amount of chills I felt just channeling that message, that felt directly from their higher self. That's also one way you will recognize this particular divine masculine energy, because unlike other more wounded masculines in your life who may have tried to take from you emotionally, energetically, possibly even physically, this particular divine masculine does not desire to take anything from you. They only want to add to your life. And I'm hearing hesitant. So in fact, because this masculine only wants to add to your life, they might be hesitant to approach you at times and in circumstances where they feel as though to approach you, they would be detracting from you in some way. This is someone who will hold on to their cards, even if they're holding on to them for years, who will love you for years at a distance, or hold on to the idea of you for years at a distance, preparing themselves to be able to approach you because they want to be able to add to your life experience. And it's not even just that they don't want to take from you. This person is not willing to take from you. If they feel like to be connected with you in a way in the physical would cause you to be depleted, to be detracted from as a result of their connection with you, they would gracefully step away. They would pull back until that was not the case. They will not allow themselves to be in a position of taking rather than giving to you, divine feminine. This is someone who is creating a great deal of stability and security in their physical 3D life, but that word security also made me think of protection. I feel like this masculine is feeling highly protective towards you. And right as I said that, I pulled the card 4 of Wands reversed. So they may feel as though they're very afraid of losing you. This seems like it's very much affecting their sacral chakra. Specifically, they seem to be worried that they're not going to be ready to approach you before you move on. Because again, this is someone who is very much going to prepare themselves to make an offer to you that adds to your life rather than takes from you. And they will keep themselves disconnected from your physical life for as long as they feel like they are not in the position to make that kind of an offer. However, I feel like I keep hearing fear of failure. Why is this person afraid of failing? We have 7 of Swords upright. Can I get another clarification on this card? I feel like this masculine is feeling really protective about someone or some situation around you that they feel is taking from you, divine feminine. Yeah, this is someone who is very much planning behind the scenes. I'm hearing a counter offer. This is really interesting because I kept picking up this energy of competition. So there may already be someone in your life who's made you some kind of offer, or this masculine might believe or perceive that you are highly valued and highly sought after at this time. They may feel as though a different, more wounded masculine energy has already made you some kind of an offer, but they feel like this is someone who's not trustworthy or who is taking from you in some way. And the offer that this particular divine masculine wants to make for you, yeah, they're concerned that divine feminine, you are attached to the Emperor reversed energy, that there is some energy attached to you of control. This won't be for everyone, but for some of you, you might be in a relationship with someone or connected to someone romantically that this masculine senses. I get this taking place almost at a higher self level. It's like their higher self feels like someone is trying to get into your life or your energy. Maybe this is an ex, maybe this is someone from your past. But it feels like this divine masculine's higher self is aware that there is this Emperor reversed energy, someone who is trying to exert control over you, who is being deceitful to you in some way. And this particular divine masculine wants to make an offer to move forward in a very positive, free way. I'm hearing they want to love you in freedom. This feels like very much a soul connection based on mutual freedom. And in fact, it could not exist under any modality of control. It feels like your very soul connection to this person is so opposite of the energy of control and restriction and deceit. It's like nothing but truth and love and freedom can exist between the two of you. How else is this divine masculine feeling? Ooh, with the Emperor reversed, this also could be the masculine themselves dealing with an Emperor reversed energy in their own life. I'm getting for many of them, this might be issues that they've had emotionally with a father figure. This also could be a boss. This is a heavy masculine energy. This may even just be wounded masculine collective programming that they are beginning to address within themselves and throw off from within their own mind. But it does feel that they themselves might be dealing with some kind of overpowering masculine structure, belief system, or person in their life, or emotional issues from this kind of a person. I'm hearing that they are learning to build self-confidence in their own self, to develop their own security and stability here, and to throw off any feelings of being controlled either by a system, by a job, by a boss, or by a person in their life. Can I get more information on this masculine energy? Wow, okay, so they are perceiving you, Divine Feminine, as being the Queen of Wands and also the Temperance card. So they are seeing you thriving, confident, and generous. Those are the words coming out most strongly, specifically one who is very generous with their heart chakra energy, with their own essence, their own vibration. It's like through practicing self-love and cultivating this really beautiful energy within yourself, it is just naturally exuding out of you and positively uplifting others in a really powerful way. And that is something that they are sensing mostly through their third eye, so through their intuition, but it's causing them to feel this pull towards you in a newfound way that they can't quite explain through 3D words. With the Temperance card, I also sense that they see you being in a very balanced state of being, but they also feel like you bring a lot of peace into their life. So if there are interactions with this person, I feel like they almost might come into your life when they are feeling a bit ungrounded or unbalanced, seeking some kind of replenishment or tranquility that they get through your energy. Even if that's never spoken of in the conversation, it's like simply through having a small talk conversation with you, or a meetup, or through coming to you in a dream, or communicating with you in some way. Those things, although they might seem simple or small from a human perspective, are highly stabilizing to this divine masculine at an emotional and energetic level. I also see this strong commitment within them to really embody this King of Cups energy. It's almost like they see you as being in a very powerful place energetically in your life, Divine Feminine, but also it's almost like you hold a lot of power over their heart. I'm hearing that whenever they hear from you, if you do communicate, whenever they feel that tug from you back on their energy, it pulls them back into those feelings all over again. Even if those feelings go unspoken, they're sensing that you hold a really special place in their heart and a lot of power over them, not in a negative sense, but in the sense that you are highly magnetic, and really that word irresistible is coming out. And with the Three of Pentacles in connection with this King of Cups, I feel like this divine masculine has been on a path of becoming more emotionally stable within themselves and also more emotionally connected to their inner world, because they know that that is something that you highly value and expect out of all of your relationships and connections. This may be a masculine who comes forward with an offer first to be a friend, or there may already be a good friendship here. And I see that although in most cases there is naturally a lot of romantic pull from this person towards you as well, they also would be perfectly happy being in your life as a good friend until they are capable of making some kind of a stable long-term offer to you in a romantic sense. And I see that coming up with a very abundant card, the 10 of Pentacles card. It's like that is their ultimate goal, to share in a really beautiful connection with you that is mutually expansive and very abundant, and one that uplifts the both of you. So very powerful messages coming through this reading. In the extended version of the reading on Patreon, we will be extending more upon these messages and pieces of information. So I will be channeling more into what this particular divine masculine is thinking and feeling, how this situation might unfold moving into the future. I will also be channeling any divine feminine, higher self, or spirit guide messages, as well as any other pieces of information that want to come through that reading. So if you do feel guided to explore the extended version of the reading in our beautiful Patreon Soul Tribe, the link to that is in the pinned comment under the video. For now, we have Celestial Rose of Ma in the reverse position and Commitment in the upright position. With the rose, I can't help but get that symbolism of something carrying both beauty and pain. And it's almost like their feelings towards you represent the rose, but the thorn here seems to be that being connected with you requires them to face their deepest fears and to also undergo a very intense initiation process that involves being fully reconnected with their own inner emotional world, which could naturally bring up a lot of pain along with it as that emotional self-reconnection is fully forged. However, I see all of that leading into this shift into commitment with the commitment card here. And that is what I'm going to be reading from the Rumi Oracle Guidebook. So the guidebook here says, "The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire." Rumi. We are candles, lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not extinguish us. On the contrary, it only serves our flame to blaze brighter. Here in the temple of one love, there is no flickering or smoke to our flame. We are natural in our purpose, simply to bring the warmth and light of love to life. We dance, though we are stillness. We are on fire, though we do not burn. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the first reading here on YouTube. Of course, if you do want to continue now with me into the Patreon reading, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today. Have a beautiful remainder of your week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.